Hello, fellow math learners. My name is Nikita and I am here with the Gavilan Tutoring Center once again. If you want to reserve in-person tutoring, you could do so with the Gavilan Tutoring Center, but you could also reserve it online. Support the Writing Center any way you can, even you just want to pop in, go to the library, clock in, clock out, so that more online resources like these could be upheld. Now today, I'll be talking to you about logarithms. Let's go. So, what are logs? Logarithms are like these little tools that are the inverses of exponents. What I mean by that is that if you have 2 to the x is equal to 32, logs are used to find this x value. So a log base 2, this is called the base, of 32, which is called the argument, is equal to 5 because 2 to the 5 is equal to 32. Now, this entire section, this thing, is called log form. Or, no. This is called exponential form, and this is called log form. To get from log to exponential form, you grab this base, and you bump it up into this 5. So that would be the base to this 5, and this is called the exponent because when you put it into exponential form from log form, it turns into the exponential. And this, the argument, it just stays. So 2 to the 5th power is equal to 32. Now to get from exponential to log, it's just vice versa. You do the opposite. Just so you know, by the way, if you see a log and there's nothing in the base, so let's say we have log of 100, the answer to this would be 2, because if there is absolutely nothing in the base, we assume that it is a 10. Because 10 to the second, if we move this up here, 10 to the second is equal to 100. So, if exponents are like, how big can I grow something? Logs are like, how many times did I multiply to get here? Also, if there's no bottom, like I said, if there's nothing on the bottom here, then you assume it's a 10. Now, let's do some more examples. Let's say we have log 3 of 81. What would this be equal to? Well, we could rewrite it into exponential form. It'd be 3 to the x equals to 81. Now this helps us understand that, okay, what x, 3 to the power of what gives us 81? Now we could use a calculator for this, or you could try solving this in your head. But eventually, you'll get to 4, because 3 to the 4th power is 81. 3 times 3 times 3 times 3, that would be equal to 81. See, that's it. Done. Now, log AB is equal to log A plus log B. What this is just a rule. It's a logarithm rule. If you have a log and the argument is AB, it could be rewritten as log of A plus log of B. Now, it is important to remember that the base of these three all have to be the same. And in this case, they are, because since there's no number there, we can assume it's 10. But just so that you visualize it clear, the base of these all have to be the same. So let's say the base here was 3. The base here would have to be 3, and so would have to be 3 there. Now, this is most commonly seen when you're given 2 logs with the same base, and you turn them into this form to make it more clear and to simplify your equation. Now, moving on, you could do the exact same thing with division. If we have log of A divided by B, this would be log of A minus log of B. And of course, the same thing applies where it has to be the same base for all of these for it to work. There's another last rule where it's log of A to the n is equal to n log A. if you see that your argument, a, has an exponent, n, you could safely just move that exponent to the front and simplify your equation. Now, let's try another problem. Log of 1,000. Go ahead and try this yourselves. Pause the video if you need to. The answer to this would be 3, because if we can't see a base here, we could assume that it is 10. And 10 to the what power is 1,000? Well, 10 to the third power is 1,000. There's 3 zeros here. 10 to the third power is 1,000. Log 2 of 8 plus log 2 of 4. Now, try this again yourselves and pause if you need to. But you might see that this looks a whole awful lot like this, right? Now, we could either solve each side independently and then add them together, or we could use this rule right here and add it immediately. So we have log base 2 of 8 times 4, which should be 32. This would be equal to, oh wait, where have I seen this before? That's right here. This is our very first question. Log base 2 of 32 would be equal to 5, because 2 to the 5th power is equal to 32. Now here is another log that you might have seen, which is the natural log. ln of x is called natural log. And don't try calling it the ln of x. I made a terrible mistake doing that once. It was embarrassing. But ln of x is just log base e of x. So log base e, this just turns into ln of x. This is the natural log. It's everyone in science, compounding, and finance. So, logarithms are basically just exponents, but in disguise. Once you get that, it's pretty much a wrap. So don't be scared of the log button on your calculator, because it will help you a lot. And it's not magic, it's just math. Now, if you learned something today, try to hit the like button so that more people could see these online resources. And then pay a visit to the Gavilan Tutoring Center sometimes. And as always, I'll see you guys next time. Peace.